this week on something TM. I was going to say like a radio show.
This week on a radio show, we're reacting features on
and
Mercury.
great, OBS has already dropped 20% of frames, so I'm just going to keep talking till it stabilizes. People can't see this right now because of ads.
OBS.
Anyway, da-da-da. You have to rant for ages because people can't hear because of ads. Link, have you posted the little thing? No, you haven't.
Yeah, they're out. They are out right now. Hey, I just got my 15-second ad from Twitch.
Yeah.
Thanks, Twitch.
Right.
Thanks, Twitch.
I don't have the chat open, so Link, you're on that. Everything else, I don't know if it's loaded, but hello everyone! Welcome to the podcast this week. I am not actually this hyper. I have been really sick, but I have had lots of caffeine, so you get the happy me. Right, let's move on before this gets dark. Welcome this week on our bi-weekly schedule to Kata, our lovely artist, to Rabbit, who's an animator and also George Lucas impersonator, to me, Flower, who I'm sure you know by now, and if you don't, then you're in for a wild ride, Link,
Hi, how's it
who
going?
is a moderator and our lovely media manager. So if you follow the Twitter, which you should, it's on the screen, it's in the description, follow the Twitter so you can listen to all Link's memes, because he posts like daily memes and jokes and stuff about the project and updates and everything else. It's really useful. Go follow the Twitter. Okay, focus. Right. And then also we have Pecan, who is a voice actor for Mercury, who is not a trap, and
It's a trap.
Not a trap.
and has been recently promoted to moderator. Yeah,
Yay.
that sounded
Welcome,
really
beautiful
sarcastic.
purple
I didn't mean
man.
to be sarcastic. Hello.
Wow.
Welcome. I am proud of you. Well done. And talking about new moderators, what's this? A new face on a podcast? Oh my god, OBS stop dropping frames.
What are you doing?
Hello, Potato.
Hello.
Welcome. Yeah, I'm not the
Thank
only
you.
Brit here anymore. We have another British person on the mod team again. I
Cool.
promise you it's not just a clone of the person we don't talk about. And
I'm the upgraded version.
the upgrade. Okay.
New and improved.
Welcome to our new British person, Potato.
Yay.
It's nice to have you here and around, and we look forward to explore your personality and scare you to death so you run away again on this podcast.
What personality?
Oof.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I love you.
Instead of scaring away, you're just gonna hurt his feelings and make him cry.
Yeah, just make him sob.
Hey, we're all sad here. It's all in good fun.
I guess fair enough, yeah.
Yeah.
So, how is everyone feeling this week? Are we over the plague yet?
Sad.
We had a we did have a plague.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
we did have
think
a plague.
I'm
I still
mostly
have the
recovered.
plague.
Still
It
have
doesn't
fucking
sound
shit.
like it because I'm like absolutely zazzed right now. But yeah. Okay. I'm glad that all of you are feeling well. Now let us move on to the usual news for this week. So,
Let's get right
as
into
I've
the
already
news.
mentioned, we have had new
I feel like
mods
we used that
this
joke
week.
already.
There are 3 new mods on the team who we would like to give a warm welcome to on the podcast. So that includes Pecan and Potato. And also, welcome to the Aussie called Raw, who would really like to join us, but he doesn't have a microphone yet. So look out for Raw, say hi. Tell him Flowers told you to give him a hug. Yeah, say hello to Raw. You might wonder why I'm whispering. That's because this week we had
Speak up a little.
You might wonder why I'm whispering. That's because this week we had an ASMR meeting because Shiro wanted to sleep during the meeting. So I thought I'd bring a little bit of the magic to you and to Com, who did a lovely half an hour of ASMR for us yesterday, but cannot be here today because he is asleep. So Tom, if you're listening to this back, we love you, and I hope my voice is as soothing as yours. Okay, right.
Are we done with the ASMR yet?
Okay, enough of that, because Jesus
Yeah, we're
Christ, that's
done.
hard to do. Okay,
Are you telling me we can't pull off a full half an hour
So
to an
in-
hour worth of ASMR content on this podcast? What is it, Paris?
okay, if somebody actually wants me to do an ASMR podcast one time, like maybe for your birthday, tell me, and I'll do it. But, yeah. I'm sure, or you can follow Shiro's channel, because Shiro does ASMR. So, like,
She
look
does
in
do
the
ASMR.
Meet the Team cards, find Shiro's channel, follow her, it's cute, she's adorable, yeah, there's some promo for you, Shiro. Okay, right, on to the science news this week.
Or just ask me to do it, I'll do it.
Or you can ask me to just do a George Lucas voice and I can put you to sleep like that. Lullaby, go to sleep, and watch Revenge of the Sith again.
Science news. Okay, so, out of all of the probes that we have out in the cosmos right now, one of the most active is actually at some asteroids now, and it's from the Japanese Space Agency. So this is called Hayabusa 2. I can't speak Japanese, please.
Hayabusa too.
Yeah, please forgive me on pronunciations. And it has sent now. So this probe Hayabusa 2 has sent 2 rovers down to the surfaces of the asteroid that it's orbiting. So you have rover 1A and rover 1B, and both of them are now, as of this week, sending pictures back to Earth of just, I don't know, it's like, it's not that alien because it kind of looks like the moon with an apocalypse. It's like a rocky surface, but it's so much more jagged than you imagine it to be. So close-ups of asteroid surfaces, basically just cool photography. They haven't done too much science yet. They've measured it, they've done some stuff, but like if you want to see some pretty cool if you want to see some pretty cool photos and lens flares and all kinds of things, then look up Hayabusa 2 and rover 1A and rover 1B.
Yeah, show me those sexy rock formations.
In other probe news, the James Webb Space Telescope, which is NASA's replacement to the Hubble telescope. So I'm sure you've all heard of the Hubble telescope. All of those pictures of galaxies that we know, basically all of them were taken on Hubble. That its images are super, super famous. But it is kind of becoming outdated because basically Hubble can only point itself at one very, very small area of the sky. And so all of those pictures that we've got, all of the pictures of those galaxies are only from, like, I think it's like 1 minute of the sky, which is a 60th of a degree. And it's tiny, so we've only got a tiny, tiny picture of the universe. Whereas this new telescope that they're planning to launch in 2020, I think, but don't quote me on that because I can't see. 2021. Okay. They're planning to launch on 2021 is going to be able to rotate itself and, like, so we'll see the whole sky in, like, 4, 5, 6 times the depth. So, like, much, much bigger detail. So we'll be able to see further away than ever before. We'll be able to actually cover the rest of the sky. And there's some very interesting articles this week due to a couple of interviews with the scientists that are making it. One of the main objectives of the mission is to survey the sky for beautiful photos. Obviously, everybody needs new wallpapers at this point, right? But it's also because the new detail will allow us to search for exoplanets in more detail, and potentially, like, it will be one of the most influential things in searching for extraterrestrial life outside of our solar system. So for helping with tracking things like what are they called? My mind's just gone blank. It's like an eclipse, but with a smaller planet, so it doesn't eclipse. Transits. So one of the main ways that they find exoplanets is by tracking the light level from stars And if the light level dips at a regular pattern, what that usually means is that there's a small planet, or even quite a big planet, that passes in front of that star, so that planets that's orbiting. And that's how they found some of the first exoplanets. They're like, well, we can't see it, but we can see that star has a regular dipping light pattern, so that means that there must be a planet transiting in front of it. And basically Hubble will be able to do this like much further away than we could before, but also Hubble will be able to see some of the planets that we're like, well, there must be one there.
James Webb, not Hubble. Hubble's the one we already have.
Okay, I'm trying. So the new Hubble, which is called James Webb, will be able to see like the planets that we discovered with Hubble. We know they're there, but we've never seen them. We just know they're there. So James Webb will be able to take pictures of them. Who knows? We might see some kind of crazy skyscraper civilization. So probably not. But
It's called Coruscant.
yeah. So actually, just before we end up on the science of this week, because I've been chatting for a little while, there is I think it's Kyrgyzstan YouTube video about the but you can research it online, and I've been doing this like past couple of weeks, and I'll probably bring it onto the podcast at some point. But about where the bottleneck is in nature. So basically, the main theory of why we haven't found any alien life is because evolution has like a bottleneck, as in there's one stage along the evolution line that is so difficult it's almost impossible, if not it is impossible to surpass. Whether it's because it's just the chances are so small, or whether it's because when a species evolves past that point, a bit like humanity seems to be going now, they ultimately destroy themselves because the power gets too much or whatever. So it's an interesting theory about talking about whether the bottleneck is behind us, as in if maybe the bottleneck in evolution was evolving past single cellular, and that was just a one in not a million, but like a couple million billion, to the point where we're the only species in the universe that managed to, or we're the only planet with species that managed to evolve past single cellular, and that's where the bottleneck is. Or more frighteningly, the bottleneck is in front of us, which means that there was lots of previous like intelligent species just like ours, but they all eventually hit the bottleneck and wipe themselves out, which means we're looking at doom. And both ways means the universe will eventually will reach a point where it's empty, which is kind of scary. Either it's already empty and we'll find nothing, or we're going to hit a wall. So yeah, just some light stuff to start off the podcast this week.
Hell yeah.
Just kind of went into existence is futile, we're all going to die territory.
Yeah, just right in there. Just why not?
I love learning about Hubble 2 electric balloons.
Yes, absurd thoughts
Oh my
says in
gosh,
chat,
yeah.
but the enemy is going to be done before that. Yes, that is the general plan.
Yeah,
Before the death of the universe.
release
So
date
dumb.
of the anime sometime before the heat death of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to point-
That would be nice.
I just wanted to point out we've now got over 1,000 views on the Twitch.
Yay!
Yay!
Nice.
Only took
Close to
20
the
podcasts to get there.
We're trying to get to 1 million also.
11
we're on
views
number 20?
each time, everybody.
Yeah, we're on
Yeah,
episode
we're in
20.
double digits.
It still says 17.
Oh, well, Com
On
hasn't
Twitch,
changed it in a little while. I unfortunately,
I'm sure you could change it.
I can't.
That's a shame.
So yeah,
Oh.
everybody, no, actually, I was going to say everybody ping
So
Com.
welcome back.
Don't ping Com.
Well, too late. I'm doing it.
Everybody, if you next get in a voice call with Com, badger him to change the podcast title to 21 so it's ready for next week.
Yeah,
That's
this is pretty much
That's next
the
week.
Groundhog Day equivalent of podcasts. We've been stuck on the same day in podcast history for the past month. Please.
So that means we need to make the
It's
perfect
scary.
podcast to get out of this loop.
Save us.
Let's do our best.
Oh yeah, the
It's
Groundhog Day.
Terrifying.
Okay, so let's try and make this
Everyone
perfect
in-
by inevitably probing everyone.
Oh, it sounds like
Right.
a problem to
Oh,
me.
that
My
wasn't the
body
word
is
I was
ready.
trying to use. Okay.
Smooth.
Sure.
We're going in dry, boys.
I mean, okay, we just talked about like the death of the universe. We're talking about like lighter things now. So
And now Flower wants to probe everybody.
no, I don't want to probe everybody. Okay, I used some bad wording. I used some pretty bad wording.
Oh, you mean like
Hey,
this
now,
bad
I'm
word?
not complaining.
Okay. I want to ask some questions because we're going to chat this week because we don't have a voice actor with us because we're out of Australians. So,
Yes, we do.
I mean,
They are
we
voice
have
actors.
Pecan, but
we've already done
I have 3
Mercury.
lines in episode 1. I don't count.
Pecan, how much of a trap is Mercury?
Very.
None.
No, Mercury is not a trap. Okay? So I have some questions for everyone to chat over, and I need to stop just saying the same thing over and over again. Can you tell I'm tired? Yes. Okay, my question to start with is, if we all, as in the entire team, were just, like, we'd never met before, but we went to the same high school, and it's like the first day, who do you think you would have actually become friends with? And who do you think that you would have like actually not liked and would have needed to be forced together with, kind of thing?
Ooh,
I don't know if that makes
How
any
much?
sense, but
So
I
who would
understand
you
that.
become friends
Gravitate
with, and
towards.
who would you become enemies with?
yeah, if we were like actually just not as in if you didn't know that we had any common interests and you just saw them at high school, whose personality do you think you would actually like click with in real life, and who would you be like, there's other people to talk to? Like, no hate, obviously. Like, if anybody watches this back and somebody says they don't like them, it's not because they don't like you, it's just like, who do you think would you like stereotypically get along with or whatever?
I'd be the teacher because I'm an old man.
That's true. Okay,
You are a
everybody's the
very
same age. Everybody's just entered in like, I don't know, what is it, like 8th grade? What's the high
Eighth
school?
Everyone has
9th
8th
grade
grade
is for
syndrome.
Americans normally.
this is very much like Groundhog Day.
I bet Com would be the student council president. I don't like that.
Yeah, Com would probably... Okay, Com is student council pres, and D-Pad is like the really edgy...
D-pad is everyone else.
second. D-Pad is just everyone else. You walk into the upper grade classes and it's just all D-Pad.
Oh man.
Just
This
clones
is what
of
happens when
D-Pad.
all.
Okay,
just
I can
when all
say-
the teachers get
I can
replaced
say
by
right off the bat that I probably would not get along with D-Pad just because him and I have different... Like, he just annoys me anyway, and he knows he annoys me. So, not that I hate him or anything, but I know I would not get along with him.
What you got against robots, my dude?
I don't know. He just manages to annoy me all the time. And I know it's friendly and it's not like I hate him, but that wouldn't go away in real life. I'd probably just end up chucking pens at him. As for who I'd become friends with in real life, I feel like Sarah and I don't get enough of a chance to talk, but I feel like we'd be good friends because we have similar interests. And she likes writing, and when I started high school, I really liked writing. So...
What happened? You just stopped liking writing?
I don't know. I just no. It's not. I stopped liking writing. I stopped writing, and because I started having to write for school, so you know.
Oh yeah, that would definitely kill your interest in writing.
Yeah. So, yeah. No, don't apply to be poet laureate in high school. It's not fun. Don't. Anyway,
I'm
I don't
trying
know.
to think of I'm trying to think of who actually likes me on this team.
Ooh,
I mean, you've threatened to lewd like almost everyone on this team, so.
that's true.
And not everyone. I've only gotten like 1%.
I haven't been looted yet. Why is nobody looted?
You don't deserve it.
Okay, we're on Twitch. Let's not talk about looting.
You old man.
What about you,
As
Link?
student council president, he would have done.
It's an interesting question for sure. Like,
The politician's answer.
Yeah.
pretty much. Like, I
Link
honestly
for student
don't
council
know.
president. I think Rook is one of those people that everybody would love. Like, he might not have that
Definitely,
many
yes.
close friends, but he'd be that one person that everyone's like, oh, hey Rook, how are you doing? Because I mean, he kind of is anyway. Like, he's super lovable.
Remembers the goddamn poll I made about who is best girl and Rook won?
So kind of surprised that Shiro didn't win from that, but I don't know.
Oh,
Rook
You
is
come to me
definitely
loving
winning
you,
this.
Rook. Oh, Rook's in the chat. Oh, how cute. Rook would be the chat all the incels would hate. Yeah, to some extent. Pecan, I think. I think you and, like, Com, maybe Link, maybe... I don't know. It's hard to, like, differentiate between...
Pecan and Link get confused.
Yeah, they'd be the twins.
We really do. It's weird.
You'd be the two that everybody thinks are twins, and you're like, what? No, I've never seen them in my life. And I was like, what? No, you look
And then if we
identical.
brought my friend Sean in, it'd be three people getting confused. Would get confused all the time.
Yeah, I think
My
that
friend
would be
Sean and I
funny.
always got confused
Sean!
by people.
Now I have a better
Oh,
question.
man.
I have a better
Yeah,
question.
Sean.
Yes, Kata?
Who would be the members of the host club of the high school?
Who would be the host club? Okay, first of all, not Cat, Com to start with.
Oh, hi.
I was gonna
course.
say Cat Girl, but I can't just say Cat Girl, I need to say Com. Because
Cat Girl Maid.
yeah, because
Maid.
Com would obviously be like a cat girl. Okay, maybe we wouldn't have a host club. We'd probably have like a maid cafe. I would join the maid cafe, 100%.
I'm a cat girl maid by default because of cough.
I'm a cute little bunny.
Get out.
Yeah. Okay, so nobody knows who they've been friends with in high school. That's fine. I have tons of other questions.
I've got my friend special.
I like the fact that
I
you
haven't
Look,
decided-
your
kinda got
alt
six
accounts
friends.
don't count as friends.
What do you mean? We talk to each other all the time.
I'm just friends with everybody because I'm George Lucas. Just
Cat is allowed to have imaginary friends.
Okay, my next question is still about the people in the project, but I want to ask you what your first impressions were of people in the project, and who made the best first impression, and who do you think made the worst first impression? If you think back
I
to
feel like we may have to introduce some of the people a little bit to the
You
stream.
know, it's
There's
Out
a
of the second
good
team
amount of
members, I
people.
didn't have much to be introduced.
Oh yeah, I want us to talk
Yeah.
about the people that don't come on, so that people know them. So it doesn't matter if they
There's-
haven't been on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if they haven't been on the podcast. But who do you think made the best impression? Who do you think made the worst impression?
Well, I think probably the best impression were the people that I actually interacted with before I joined the team. So, like, Com was kind of up there because he'd occasionally drop into general chats from time to time. Occasionally.
Of course,
Um,
that's what he does.
Yeah.
Why are the people
Rook.
who make the best impression are the people who actually stayed?
I think my
Ouch.
two for the best impression would be one, Clone Commander Pond, so I'm sure you all know, because the first time I talked to him, we were in space discussions having an argument about how big Jupiter's boob should be. Like, what kind of, like, that was a good first impression. Definitely.
Ladies
I was
and
like,
gentlemen,
Pons
the
is-
wholesome
Pons is a
content
great
that you
guy.
subscribe to
Yep.
Soul Studios for. Boob sizes on Jupiter.
yeah. So that was definitely a good conversation, especially because I think Com came in and was like, guys, that's not something you need to argue about. But I was really passionate about the fact that she shouldn't
What was
be
your
too
argument?
big.
What was your argument?
I was basically saying, like, okay, Dee's fine, she's the biggest planet, I get it, whatever. But this is a low budget animation. We can't make them the size of her head. And Pons was like, why not?
Jacob.
But I thought like, oh, this guy is funny. I'm gonna like it if he sticks around. And then he became on the team, and it's like, cool. And then we didn't speak to each other in like 3 months. But now we're good friends. I think. Pons, are we friends? Anyway, I don't know. I feel like he's friend.
We'll get to see when we
Hunt
go
is
to
a good
A.
guy. I
My-
love your puzzle.
Someday
My
we will find
other,
out.
I think the other best first impression was the new animator, Joe. If you haven't met him, Joe or Mika, he's our new animator. He just got assigned keyframes like soon, so he's gonna speed up production tons. He's great. He's really fun. He's a friend of Shiro, and his first impression to me was we were in the team chat in like general. We were in general or team, I can't remember. And it was me and Com, and I can't remember who else was there, but it was definitely Com and I. And I was trying to draw Jupiter's feet, right?
Man,
I was
this
trying
is
to
just
draw
getting
Jupiter's
better and
feet.
better.
And
You're just slowly making your way. Just
It's always a
down the
Jupiter.
line
You'll
in
get there
terms of
someday.
I was trying to draw Jupiter's
wholesome
feet, but I
topics.
couldn't like get the shape right. So I was basically like, Com, how do I draw feet? And Com was like, oh, I don't know, they're like sort of triangles. Like, they look like Doritos. And we were having this argument. And then I was like, I need to ask D-Pad how to draw his feet. But I wasn't really thinking straight.
They're just triangles, man.
I know, but I couldn't do it. So I DM'd D-Pad and I put, how do I do your feet? And then I didn't realise what I'd written, right? So then I was like laughing. And I was sitting in general going, why did I put... And then basically the moment that Joe pressed join on the call for the first time, I went, how do I do your feet? And then there was just silence because I didn't realise that he'd joined. And so then, it was like... And then there was a couple of moments of silence and he was like, oh, hi.
Oh.
I didn't think it was going to be like this, and everyone was like laughing. I was like, oh my god, I'm sorry, I promise, we're like sort of professional. And he was like, no, this is great. I had like a speech prepared. I was going to come in, I thought you were going to be quiet, and I was going to have to like, hi, I'm the new animator, I'm here, I like want to be here, I'm going to work, it's nice to meet you all. And I just came into a conversation about feet, this is great. And I was just like, oh yeah, you're going to fit in fine, but it was just like the perfect timing. And he was like, the fact that he was relieved that I was shouting stupid stuff made me like, yeah, that's a good first impression.
Yeah.
I hope
He's
mine
great.
was a
One of
good
my
first
favorite
impression.
impressions from him was, I forget what the topic was, but someone made. Oh yeah, This was back in the day when we were trying to figure out what we wanted to put on Shiro's poncho, and so there had been this talk of like dogs, rabbit ears,
Rabbits all over.
bear ears, and
Let's get out here with those berries.
someone looked it up, and it was like 70, and there was actually like a moon bear, and so we're talking about it for a little bit, and I'm like, I don't know, personally I prefer the sun bear. And D-Pad goes, wait, what? And it's like, yeah, the sun bear, it's a whole lot like the moon bear, except it's got a different legendary and about 10 or 12 different Pokemon. And he just starts bursting out laughing. So the only day I've actually made D-Pad laugh during a meeting. It was a beautiful day.
D-Pad is like, I really, really hope one day I can get him on the podcast because I want to record D-Pad.
Audio files
Yes.
of D-Pad just laughing maniacally.
Yeah, we have a few D-Pad laughing recordings.
He's
They're
he
really
is
high
seriously like, I don't know why he's just intimidating, but he is. He's like he's the perfect combination of an evil supervillain and a toddler.
This is what I imagine for D-Pad. Back like a few months ago when Alexis just started laughing maniacally? That's what I think.
He's crazy. Does anybody else have...
And his microphone quality is like not that great, so it just adds to the fear.
That's true. His audio quality makes it like 100 times more scary. Does anybody else have any more good first impressions?
When Tech played in Ocarina during the team meeting.
Oh god.
Oh, the
Here's
early
the
days
thing,
of
though.
the team meeting.
This was the early days when when no one really knew each other. So it was like awkward, and we were just sitting there listening to Com speak like monotone for like 20 minutes, and then Tech comes along and breaks the ice and plays an Ocarina.
He did wonders for transforming the team meetings into awkward stuff, and
Team meme tanks.
Yeah, team meme things.
Meme teetings.
Team meme things, yes, definitely.
They are
Highest
very much
quality.
memes.
I mean, it should be known from the ASMR that we did for the team
That's
meme.
That's
list.
true.
Today you can
That
join the
episode
meme.
was.
We just wanted to bring a little
Pretty sure that-
spice of it to you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think
Why
if anybody
today?
made a bad
Yeah.
first impression.
Yeah.
Hmm.
From the very start, pretty much everybody gave me a good first impression. You know, I mean, sure, I was suggesting crazy stuff like, you know, giving everybody like actual Japanese inspired names. You know, and you guys put up with that. Nobody puts up with my crap.
Jupiter is not a thing, by the way.
Okay, I had quite a
Over
bad
everything.
first impression of 51. I know that for a fact.
Oh no!
Because I
not
think
again.
the first time I came across him, he was talking about like 5-year-olds, and I was like, what? Who did
What was
we
it
let
that-
onto
what-
the
what-
team?
I
Wasn't
think-
like that. Wasn't like that.
51
The
is
legendary
my boy.
Thursday.
Don't talk shit about
I
my
don't
boy
know.
51.
No. I didn't
You're
see.
51 on
I
the
didn't
bus.
see the Thursday. I wasn't there.
I
on
didn't
the
either,
Thursday.
But
But
The Thursday. Ooh,
I heard. I heard about Thursday.
the Thursday. Don't you remember Thursday?
I've heard only
Which
10.
Thursday we talking about?
The
I've heard about it.
Thursday. You
The-
don't.
One
you
of the
know,
first
don't remember.
Thursdays.
The
51
Thursday.
went off apparently.
He went off in team chat talking about all this masochistic stuff that he wanted to do, which ended up with like
It was a weird
toothpick under
conversation.
toenail, kick
Do you
wall.
ever just put a
And it
toothpick in your toenail and just
Wait, like you weren't there for Thursday. This was like one of the first times, right after Luigi left.
No, I wasn't there, but I was told to look
Wait.
back, so I looked back.
I was
Now I
I was
recall.
You were told to
Yeah.
not look back.
I was
but I
told
looked
to
back as
look
well.
back.
Do not look back.
Don't look back. We only need to look
Like,
forward.
yeah, if anybody joins the team, don't look back. Oh god, yeah. So that was definitely not a good first impression of 51. But I don't mind him now. I've never heard him speak. I don't know if he'll ever speak. That's the thing.
Maybe one day.
I thought Mousy was a little stuck up the first time I talked to her
Oh
again.
wait, I forgot Mousy existed. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh
For those
shit.
of you wondering, Mousy is one of our voice actors.
Yeah.
Who's
He
Mousy voice
does
again?
The role of.
Venus, I think. Venus?
That sounds
One of
about
the
it.
main characters. I forgot.
Is it Venus or Mars? I can never remember.
See, we don't even know. She hasn't been on in a long time. It's weird.
And
Yeah.
voice actors don't get enough work. We don't know.
That's true. But I think, like, when the first time I talked to her, she was like, oh, I'm going to marching band, and da, da, da. And I think it was because it was back in the time when we were all, like, kind of awkward with each other, and she was a little bit more outgoing than everyone else, but it was because everyone else was really shy, and she was, like, saying all these things she was doing, she kind of sounded a bit stuck up, and she wasn't. It's just that everyone else in the call was like, yeah, okay, sure. And she was like, I'm going to marching band later, so yeah, it's really fun, and we do this, and like, I'm like the lead and whatever. And so she kind of like came across a little bit like, who was this? But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of team members that do a good amount of behind the scenes work that you don't really see a lot of from in like your general chats.
Yeah,
So
which
people
is
like
it's one of the reasons why I wanted to do a podcast, so I could bring people like that out, but then they don't come because no matter how many times I invite D-Pad, he turns me down.
D-Pad,
Well,
join us
D-Pads
in
all
the
work.
podcast.
Conspiracy
Yeah, so-
Flower is D-pad. That's why.
We've never seen them.
Yeah.
No, we have seen them in the same place.
Yeah.
Clones. That explains everything.
So
Well, D-pad is a robot, so
Bones, bones.
okay, I want to ask you all what you think your biggest accomplishment on the project has been. It doesn't have to be an actual accomplishment, just some like. Even if it was like, oh, I created like the funniest meme, or like, oh, I made D-Pad laugh, or whatever. Like, what you think, like, not necessarily your favourite moment, but like something you did that was like, yes, I have accomplished something. Because I know mine is definitely when everyone was joking about that dabbing picture I posted, and they were like, oh, what should we do with the dab? What should we do with
I
the
was the one
dab?
who I was the
Yeah.
one who cut it out and made it into a GIF, so that's
Yeah,
fine.
and there was a GIF, and then I was
And then
like,
it became
oh,
an emote.
put it into a
It
command,
became
and I
an
was like, sure, I'm going to bed, like, I'm really tired. I was super tired, I've been walking all day. And then I checked my phone, like, one last time before bed, and it was an emoji, and it was everywhere. And that, like, I was so sleepy, but it was like this euphoric feeling of, I've made it. I'm an emoji. And now, every now and again, I still see it, and I'm like, I'm an emoji. And I just, like, I feel really accomplished. So I don't know if anybody else has any, like, things like that. But yeah, Kata made it. It's beautiful.
Quick, everyone in chat, do the dab emote in general.
Yes. Gotta take time out of this podcast to dab in general.
Oh, so
I took the picture.
that's true. Potato
Good work, everybody.
Potato took the picture. I was like, I'm just going to wade out into the middle of this river and take my phone and take a picture of me dabbing. It was like,
Because we
I
asked.
didn't really
Sure.
know why she wanted. I didn't really know why she wanted me to do this at the time.
We asked her
Like,
to,
did it
so she
thing.
did.
yeah. I said to Com, like, I can't remember what it was. But Com had
Earlier
dabbed.
in the day, we were talking about bees, and you said you had a bee suit, and you showed us that picture, and then we were like, "You got to go to this concert wearing that bee suit."
Oh,
dabbing.
yeah, we went to a jazz concert in the middle of a park. And I was like, I'll dab at the jazz concert.
Yeah, because we were like, wearing that bee suit, because jazz.
You like jazz?
You like that?
See, I
And
lost Stockley's
Dab.
on. Link, I think I know what your biggest accomplishment is.
Please enlighten me.
Deleting the art folder.
Yep. No, I was gonna say my biggest. If we're saying my biggest accomplishment, the one that I was thinking of was actually getting us to bring in Dino, which was completely unintentional, but it worked out very well. in our
Only,
favor.
more-
I think your biggest achievement is saying face 3D instead of
What about-
live 2D.
I mean, that might be your personal favorite.
What about the
I just
accomplishment of
found it fun
sending the entire storyboard?
Oh yeah, sending the
Leak-
entire goddamn storyboard to Elon Musk.
He
That will
leaked.
only be an achievement if he emails me back.
He
I am
leaked-
still waiting for
He
that
leaked
email.
our storyboard. He leaked our storyboard and emailed it to Elon Musk. He did make me implement Dino because basically there was one day I was really,
I
really
did-
grumpy
no,
and you
I-
deleted commands and you just fucked everything over, mucked everything over, and I was like, we need a new bot that Link can't bloody mess with. And so I got a new bot.
And so Dino
Also
was
the
brought to the
dash weapon
server.
fiasco.
So Dino was born. And yeah, he deleted the art folder. True story.
I did delete the art folder.
He did, you bloody asshole.
Like, so
Like
this
the
is our
first few weeks he was in the team.
This is our Google Drive folder of all of the art that the artists have ever made for the show. And he deleted it. Luckily, Con brought it back, but he deleted it. And
Someone asked what the
why I
art
don't
folder
even-
is.
I just-
The art
anything
folder
in
is
this
pretty
folder.
much where we have basically all of the art
All
that
the
we've worked on
concept
for
art.
the project. So it's
Super
got the
secret
different
stuff you
designs for
don't
the
get to see.
characters.
all of
It's got
all of
some
the
the,
characters' designs, all of the finalized designs, all of the promotional art, any random sketches.
All the
got
storyboarding.
it's got storyboarding.
So pretty
I
much
mean,
all
the
of-
main
yeah.
file has
Everything.
everything. It has our
And
story
Link deleted
documents.
that. It's like first few weeks in.
And he just basically deleted all of the work we'd ever done. Luckily, we restored it, but seriously, it was not a fun site. It was
You know,
not.
that's a bad impression right there I could have mentioned.
That's true. Although most of us already had an
Because-
impression of Link by then because he was like around before.
An active
Yeah, I'd been on the server
team
for a
member.
while, but I hadn't like.
Now I
don't
think
think
about
so.
it, Link has offended me so much. First he deletes the art folder, then calls live 2D face 3D.
Oof.
Link
Tanner just
does
doesn't
have
like me, does he?
does have quite a reputation for deleting things. Like we often joke that the next thing he will delete is just an entire human. First step artful to next step murder.
Get a Smash Bros meme. Link deletes the competition.
No, I'm thinking Thanos. So I'll just end up deleting half the team.
Link deletes all our save data.
So yeah,
Link
if you didn't know,
deletes- Link deletes
Link
the
is our
budget.
Thanos. Oof, just delete
Yes.
all the money. Link is
What
our
money?
Thanos.
Calm, I don't feel so
Oh,
good.
also welcome to Fortnite who showed up.
Yay!
He's not speaking though.
He's
'Cause-
speaking,
Yes, he
but
is speaking.
it looks like he's muted.
He is muted.
He probably has the same problem that I had to begin with.
Oh well, we'll go on without him.
We'll
He
continue.
can jump in as needed.
Next
He's here in
question.
spirit, though.
What's the next question on our agenda?
He's a ghost.
The next question this is a good one. Okay, I want you to think of someone in the team that you think you can imitate, and then do an impression of them.
Easy,
Pecan.
Link.
Easy, yeah, Pecan.
Oh, I can do a mad flower impression.
That's everything.
I can do a mad
Catter, we gotta hear this
Here we
flower
go, I'll do
impression.
it. Mercury is a trap.
No. You gotta do it with the accent. All right, let me
Gonna
try.
clap as well.
Mercury
Yeah, have a clap.
is a trap.
I got this. I can do this.
Oof, we turned this question around to bullying Flower.
Okay, I gotta. Let me try again. Hold on. Gotta get
You
ready.
got this. You got this.
Mercury.
Why did I not see that?
If anybody didn't know, that's Katter's soundboard. So he basically played a recording of me saying it back. It wasn't an impression. Anyway, serious
No, that was an
impressions.
Yeah, I'm a trap.
Katter, stop. That's enough soundboard.
I can do a really good pecan impression.
Real cat is.
Go
I can
for
do
it,
a really
Link.
good Link impression.
I could go around.
Hi, I'm Pecan. Mercury is apparently not a trap, even though everyone else says he is.
Man,
yeah,
that sounds so
no
much
bully.
like pecan. What the hell?
All right, my
right.
turn. What's up? My name is Link, and I deleted the art folder. I can't even say it without laughing.
Yo, I can do a good war impression. Hold on.
He mutes himself.
We love you, Ralph. You're great.
Oh my god, beautiful. Fortnite. Oh, I guess he's not speaking. Rabbit, do an impression. That isn't George
Fortnite does
Lucas.
a mad war impression
He's
as well.
speaking, but we can't hear him.
He's
Like
dead.
he's lighting up, but he's not anything. He's muted.
Rest in
Do
peace, Fortnite.
you guys want to hear my book impression?
Sure.
boy.
Oh, fun.
My name is Wilting and I like gay ponytails.
I forgot about that. That's
Ah.
the
Now that I think about it,
Ponytails.
I feel
Or-
like we could go into a full side question of like some of Catter's soundboard clips and the stories behind them, because there's some really good
That's
stuff
true.
on his soundboard.
You don't want to ask.
I'm sure you all know the
My-
ponytails thing though, because we talk about that
Yeah,
every
April
time
Fool's
Rook comes
We did
on.
talk about that on the podcast.
Here now.
If you
do you-
insist, but you gotta get consent first, and I don't give consent. But wait,
one of my
consent is
favorites,
a myth.
Wait, did Rook just join for like 2 seconds?
Yes, he did.
I didn't even realize.
Rook joined and told me he would vape me. So
Oh.
Well,
Caster,
the
find
podcast is
Catter,
already
can you-
said.
find
Can you
some
play that
com
clip
clips.
from Pawns? The
find some com clips. I'm gonna get vaped by com. But I'll do it anyway because fuck you.
Do it for the
My dude.
podcast. Do it
Which
for the
one?
podcast.
That depends.
I was
Which
gonna
one should I
suggest,
play?
my
Uh,
suggestion was going to be Pawns
Classic
lag spike
Pokemon.
because that's a good one.
Hans Max.
You know
Saying,
the,
I take no
Come on.
responsibility for any.
the come on in. That one.
Where is it? Hans, you bitch, where are you? Oh, there he is. My boy Pons, the sexy boy.
Come on
Oh man. So, do we want to tell the story behind that one?
Yeah, I don't know the story behind that one.
I don't even remember that one. Yeah.
So if I remember correctly, I believe it was in either a team meeting. I think it was one of the team meetings, one of the evening ones. And Pawns was having a lot of connection issues. And as you can clearly hear, I believe this was while he was in Japan, if I'm correct. I could be
That
wrong.
makes sense.
And the timing on that was perfect. Like, he just says it, and the connection just slows to an absolute snail's pace. And it was amazing. It's just perfect. There was another one later on that he did where the timing was even more perfect, where it was just like, it's only 9.99 in that exact same like slowness of like lag. It was quite impressive.
That is beautiful.
It is. It's a very beautiful clip.
Do we have it? Or
Probably
is it
not.
No.
lost to the world?
Com made me stop recording before that happened.
Talking about
Yes.
talking about these like clips, does anybody else like, or like ones that weren't recorded, what about any other memorable moments or like silly things that were said? Because some of them
I have a good audio that Rook has requested me to play.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh, mein Vierer.
that reminds me of a story actually that I
Are
will
you
tell
are
you.
you gonna bring up the remix?
Nice segue.
Please tell me you're gonna bring in the remix.
No, I'm going to tell you a story. So, imagine you are Pons. Okay, Clone Commander Pons, we all know Pons. And you have fallen asleep in a pool by yourself.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's this
Oh
goddamn
yes,
story.
I remember this story.
I think I remember this
Okay,
one, yeah.
before the invention of the night garden.
Mhm.
Okay,
Anybody want to play that to put Flower to sleep?
Hold on,
and
let me get it.
no, not right now.
We gotta finish the cast first, then play it.
We'll talk about that in a second. So Pons is asleep in Cool. And he gets woken up at like, I don't know, 3, 4 in the morning by like the join noise, and he like rumbles over a little bit. And he's not got his headphones in. His laptop's on speaker, right? Because he pulled them out because it was silent, and he thought, oh, I'm asleep. But he didn't realise he was still in a call. So from roughly the other side of his room, which he thought was his closet, he hears a like, I can't remember if it was a groan or just like a random noise or like a hello or whatever. And he's like, Pons, and he's like, what? No, it wasn't Pons. It was like a hello, or something. And he was like, what is that? And then it was like, hello, my Führer. And Pons was like, what? So he gets up and he opens his closet because he's like, what the hell is going on?
Like you do.
And you look in the closet and there's nothing there. And then he hears from his laptop, and he now knows where it's coming from, to the sides, like, hello, Pons. And he turns around.
I can tell the story more accurately.
Okay, well, I was
it's
trying.
Look here.
Pretty much,
Okay.
it was near his closet, and all he hears is, "I am here, my Fräulein," coming from his closet, and he's extremely like creeped out. So he gets his flashlight, shines on his closet, like, what the fuck was that? And then just starts hearing Pons. Pons. So he just says, wait, is that Rook? And goes over to his laptop. Anyway, thank you for having me here. It's been a pleasure.
Yep, that's Rook.
I think probably my favorite thing about like the Mind Führer like Cambiando thing is that it goes beyond just like the recording. So Kater had played it a few times here and there, and then Marvin takes the file and turns it into a remix.
Yeah, we should get the remixes like up on the
I
YouTube
have
channel
we
at
need
some
to.
point, because
Can you play it?
there's a
On my
remix.
soundboard, I have it on my soundboard right now.
Okay, everyone like quiet
Play it.
down. This is amazing.
All right,
It's
mute
great.
that.
Everyone at home, be sure to turn down your volume because this might get eerie.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Because, hold on, let me see if I can find it at least. Ooh. Oh, here it is. I've called the Commando Theater remix. Here we go. Are you boys ready?
All
Are you
right.
guys lubed up?
No, stop.
No. Ladies and gentlemen,
Basically,
the amazing
classic.
remix.
Amazing.
7 out of 10 quality music right there.
So
Yep.
there's
Oof,
also
Shiro's
a
in the chat now.
There's also a remix of D-Pad's classic "Get the Out of Here," which is beautiful.
Classic.
But yeah, remind us of that another time because I think that's enough ear raping for one day.
That's enough.
No, that is not the theme song. It will probably be we can probably put it as like the ending to one of the next update videos or something because we should have used them.
Shiro!
Shiro.
That's right, this is like a party. We just keep getting people
It's
jumping in and
ASMR
out.
queen.
Yeah, this one isn't very
Oh,
serious.
ASMR.
We've not got few minutes left, so I want to ask everyone a serious question again and give everyone a few minutes to think about it. Because I like asking serious questions that no one knows how to answer, if you didn't know already. So I want to ask all of you, who is your personal hero? Doesn't have to be a character, doesn't have to be a real person, like anyone, anything, just something that taught you like a lesson that you can summarize quickly that you think is your hero.
Comniendo.
George Lucas.
Big anime titties.
Yes, big
Yeah,
anime
this
titties
is
taught me how
very
to live.
serious.
Yeah, no, I expected as much.
Hmm.
I don't know. I like to think of my hero as myself, right? Because I've gone through a lot of struggles.
Well, isn't that conceited?
I'm the greatest person I know.
That's really not saying very much.
I wish I had that confidence.
But Flower, you hate yourself.
I don't know. I just like sometimes there's points when I feel really, really demotivated, and the only thing that motivates me is knowing that I've like managed to motivate myself in the past, right? So I like to think of myself as a hero, but I think other than that, I think my grandma is probably one of my personal heroes because, okay, I know you're listening, Grandma, so I'm really sorry if I offend you right
She's our
now.
biggest fan.
But my
She's
grandma
all
is
of our
a
heroes.
badass, right? She was born during World War II, and in the 1950s, around 1956, she had over 11 boyfriends. And they
Now I feel
didn't
bad about
realise.
playing the Comniendo theater, miss.
What?
They didn't realise, and she strung them all around, and she got them to take her to different concerts and to baseball matches and to this and to that. And one of those boyfriends is now my granddad, and they've been married for 60 years. But it's just sometimes they'll be at the dinner table, and my grandma will be like, "Ah, yes, I went to a baseball match once. You took me, didn't you, dear?" And my granddad will be like, "That was one of your other boyfriends." And it's just. It's beautiful. She's a great person. She talks like she left school when she was like 13 to become like a secretary or whatever, and she ended up like I don't know. She just it seems like she's done good with her life, and she knows how to use technology, and she has a cat, and like the worst thing on her mind is whether her kitchen is the right color, and I just admire her. You know, she just went from being like this badass to like a lovely old woman that keeps chickens, and yeah, I do idolise my grandma.
Yeah.
And thank you for watching. I love you, Grandma.
Yeah, I think
Grandmother's
server-wide,
awesome.
your grandma is probably like our biggest supporter.
That's true. She FaceTimes
Like-
me every week after the team meetings or like after the podcast or something to ask how it's going. To be like, "How was your meeting?" So yeah, she's really sweet. So thanks, Grandma. Sorry for
great.
doing another grandma shout out, by the way.
No one is mad about the grandma shoutouts.
She's fine. She's everyone's
grandma,
hero
you're the
now.
best.
Yes.
Oh,
That's our daily.
It's
That's our
also
daily
streaming
quota
Adam.
of grandma shoutouts. For the day.
I don't think there is a quota. Like, do we have a quota?
Well, there is now.
Darn it! I didn't realize we had to cap it.
Quick, Flower, make your grandma a Discord account so we can ping her every day. She give you a shout.
she struggles to use WhatsApp. She's good with Apple products, and she used to FaceTime me, but now she has to use WhatsApp because I don't have a Apple laptop anymore, and she struggles, and it's really cute. And sometimes she phones me like using the actual phone rather than on WhatsApp. You're like, where's your face gone? She doesn't realise what she's done. She's adorable. Yeah, anybody else got a hero they want to talk about quickly?
Calm Neando.
No.
I guess my hero was one of the people that he was a mentor for me back when I was younger and doing like scouts and stuff. He was a pretty cool dude. He's like he was Native American, so like I got to learn some of that cool stuff. But he's just like he was a very cool like guy just because of like his past and some of the different things he'd done. So like he'd tell me stories about like, oh yeah, I was in this promotional video for like this camp. And I'm in the video, and the only thing you see me doing is just sleeping on a couch. And it was he was or like my cousin or my nephew. He's like a walker for The Walking Dead. And we're like, what? And he's like, yeah. And just different cool stuff like that. I liked him. He's a cool dude. He's dead now, but I enjoyed him a lot.
I enjoyed him. That sounds
You said
so
Scouts,
sinister.
so you were in Boy
but I
Scouts?
enjoyed him.
He was a great dude.
He may be dead, but I sure enjoyed it.
He may be dead, and I'm glad. No,
I
he was great.
I think scouts and guides and stuff like that is definitely a good place to find mentors or like heroes, because there's definitely a couple of the like mentorist figures that I had, and especially now at Rangers, that are definitely heroes to me. Like the guy who taught me how to use a chainsaw, he's pretty cool.
What?
Yeah, I have like a chainsaw license. I'm allowed to own a chainsaw. How cool is that?
You didn't have
They have chainsaw licenses in Great Britain?
For like ones over a certain size, yeah. You're allowed like little ones. But yeah.
One's bigger than Valzini.
I've done a chainsaw safety
if it's bigger than
course.
chain.
It's a two-handed weapon, obviously.
It's amazing.
I
Anyway,
mean, I've seen some one-handed chainsaw usage, but
on that talk of chainsaws and dangerous things and the heat death of the universe, I think it's time to wrap up this episode. So thank you for being wholesome for the last few minutes. We've chatted for an hour about absolutely nothing, but I hope you kind of enjoyed it. Next week I will kidnap either D-Pad, one of the musicians, or some American voice actor. I don't know who we've got left. Maybe Sarah Lynn. Has Sarah Lynn been on yet? I don't know.
Can we just
Sarah
steal a
Lynn's
voice
been on,
actor
yes.
who's not related to the podcast at all?
So basically, next week, hopefully, we'll steal a voice actor, steal a musician, maybe steal D-Pad, and we'll have a lovely topic to talk about. But I hope you liked getting some behind-the-scenes chatter this week. MCC, I did see your thing about the 180p, and I am going to both badger Com about sorting out the Twitch and badger myself about sorting out the OBS to be multi and to be a little bit more friendly to those of you with slow internet. So I have heard you, and it will be sorted. Last notices, please say welcome to the new mods if you haven't already. And also, I updated the Meet the Team cards yesterday, and I completely mucked up, and they're like wrong and everything else. So there will be a new update this evening. So please hang on to that. And if any team is listening, please tell me if there's a mistake in your card so I can fix it. Great. Thank you everyone for coming.
Doomsday doesn't exist on the cards.
Yeah, I know that. I have that written down. Don't you worry. I'm sorry, Doomsday.
Good to
You
know.
haven't been fired. I promise that your card will be up later. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for coming. This week, if you didn't know, we have had Kata, we have had Rabbit. Say hello.
Yay.
We have had Fortnite, even though he's not said a dang thing. We have had Link.
He's screaming again.
Wait, have I muted him?
Yes.
I don't think so.
What do you mean? He's not muted. He's like
Muted.
server
Yeah,
muted
I don't
for
see
me.
him as. I don't see him as.
Oh,
muted
he's
on
server
I've seen him
muted.
muted.
He's server muted because he's a mod and we're in a VA channel. Anyway, it's too late. You'll be on next week. Sorry, Fortnite. No, sorry. Thank you for joining us, Fortnite. We've had Link and Pecan, the unbreakable twins. We have had Potato, even though he's not said much. Hopefully next week there'll be more to talk about, but this week wasn't great for someone who's only just joined. But hello, welcome. We've loved having you on to laugh at us and for keeping the chat safe. And last but not least, we have Shiro,
No, don't
who has
don't
popped
forget
in.
Rook. Rook jumped in a little bit too.
Yeah, well, Rook isn't on my
I've
list.
just
But I'm
been
looking
eating
at.
snacks, to be honest.
Shiro's been
Thanks,
in here
Shiro.
to be comf, and Rook, who jumped in to tell his story. So thanks for coming, Rook. Thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you for watching it back. This has been an hour. This has been the Soul Studios podcast. I have been Flower, and we're done. That was a mumbo jumbo thing.
Shout
Oh
out
my
to
god.
the grandma.
Shout out to my grandma.
as always.
There.
Mercury is a trap.
We're all done.
No.
Hope you had fun, and remember, Earth Chan's not flat.